Okay. Product costing. Huh? This is called as cost estimation. This is a basically concept from manufacturing side, but at the same time, as a production consultant, you need to aware about the factors which is involved this production costing or product costing. Some people call it as a cost estimation. This is absolutely same. Okay, so today we are gonna look into or understand what is product costing. So this product costing is one of the key area in manufacturing and process industries. It is used for estimating and evaluating the internal cost of a product. Now, product cost planning is used for estimating, predicting the cost incurred in producing a finished product or a semi-finished product. So this estimate is also used for budgeting purpose also. And when material is actually produced, the actual cost will be incurred and the variance between planned cost and the actual cost is calculated. Based on the magnitude of variance, decision to be taken to re-estimate the cost of material. So basically what it means is there is a product you have. Suppose any product you have is there. Now from where you will get the cost? You will get the cost of that product from two places. Suppose you have to get the cost of the BOM. From here you will get the component cost, and you have to get the cost of the routing, where you will get the operation cost. Okay. So this BOM cost and routing cost, this together forms the cost of the product, and it became the planned cost. Means this is your estimated cost. Say for an example, you have maintained a 10-minute setup time in your routing, and during actual production, instead of 10 minutes, it took some more time. How do you identify? Instead of 10 minutes, it took suppose 15 minutes. That means 5 minutes extra you had to do, which is not planned, and that is called as actual cost. Means during transaction or during production, the time may be vary from your planned cost. Now if the time is varied from your planned cost, that time it is known as variance. The difference between your actual cost and planned cost is the variance, and depending on the variance we figure out whether we are making a profit or a loss. Okay, so if I go down here, this product costing is basically divided into two parts. Okay, one is called as first cost estimation, and the second is called as a cost releasing it to the material master. So first of all, we will see the cost estimation, and then we will see how to release it to the material master. Let me go ahead and so first do a cost estimation. Okay, I have created a couple of this thing. Okay, materials. So basically this is my finished good. Okay, for finished good, which is known as cocoa bogie, which is a railway product, and this cocoa bogie is used from you know two type of, I mean it is made up of two type of things, two different semi-finished product. One is a mold, one is a liquid metal. Basically, if you go and watch out in any one of the foundry industry or steel and metal processing industry, you will find this kind of thing. First of all, what they will do is basically they will bring some sand, cement, silica kind of thing. These are the different raw materials, and with the help of these raw materials, they will prepare a mold first, and side by side they will take coke, limestone, coal kind of thing, and they will prepare liquid metal. They will put all these items into the furnace, and they will heat it for a couple of hours, and once it boils it became a liquid metal. Okay, once it reaches a certain temperature, and once this liquid metal and this mold is ready, what they will do is this liquid metal they will pour into the mold. Okay, once they pour it into the mold, and they will leave it for cooling for 24 hours to 48 hours, 2 to 3 days it may be. Okay, then once it get cooled down, it gets solidified. Once it is solidified, they will remove this mold. Okay, once this mold is removed, they will do some cutting and all, then they will do polishing, final polishing, painting, whatever the client's requirement, and they'll sell it to the customer. So this is my example for today's session. We're gonna look into the same thing. If I show you the bomb here, so This is my product, as you can see. And to produce this cocoa bogie, I mean, one pieces of this cocoa bogie, one each. Okay, we need one mold, first of all, one piece of mold, and 2 ton of liquid metal. Okay, it's 2 ton because liquid metal is measured in liter or milliliter or ton. So this time I have taken it as a ton. And then this liquid metal has a further bond. Okay, similarly this cocoa bogie has a further bond also. How to know that? You can see assembly indicator here also, right? This assembly indicator indicates that this is an assembly product, means this material further has a bond. If you expand this, so for an example, I'm going to expand this cocoa bogie mold. Double click on this, and the moment you double click on this, you can see it is further expand. Now system has taken this cocoa bogie mold, and to produce this cocoa bogie mold, you need 200 kg of cement, 600 kg of sand, and this 100 kg of silica. Okay, if you want, you can look at look at the base quantity also. Produce one mold, this is your quantity: 200, 600, and 100 proportions. Okay, this is your products. Bomb structure. Understanding my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Similarly, if you would like to see this bill of material of this product also, you can directly open CS03 again, and you can see so here to produce this liquid metal we need coke, cement, and give me a second please. Cement, sand, silica. Okay, and this is coke, cement, sand. Oh, here give me a second please, let me correct it. I think I had added a wrong component here. To produce liquid metal, these components I have added something wrong somewhere. So this is limestone and coal dry. Instead of, I use this wrong component 7 at 8. That should not be there. It's coke, limestone, and coal. So I think this is there, and then this is 4 or 5 something is there. No? All right, this is good enough now. So we need 350 kg of coke and 700 kg of limestone and then 100 kg of coal, which is dry and it has some weight. So this is typically the bomb structure of the liquid metal. Now let me save it up. If we go and check the routing now, let us go and check the routing for these two products. So to produce that liquid metal first, okay, your operation is melting. Simple, it's not mud, it's melting, and we are using the furnace of, the work center which we had created, and this is a conventional furnace. Basically, if you go and check the description itself, it says conventional furnace, and for this furnace, our cost capturing parameter are coal and labor, nothing else. This is a conventional furnace where you need to give coal. So here is your base quantity. Okay, to produce 1 ton of liquid metal, you need 400 kg of coal and 3 hours of labor. Basically, 3 hours of labor means 400 kg of coal, and you need to heat this furnace for 3 hours. So the moment you heat this furnace, you need some labor hour on that, and once this 3 hours is done, this liquid metal will be melted. Similarly, if I go and show you the other routing, which is for the mold. For mold, so I have taken, it is hand mold preparation. It means basically it doesn't require a machine. Okay, so I have created a work center called as GF01. GF01 stands for group of labor. Basically, you see, labor group 1 means 5 to 6 laborers are there who will prepare the mold with their hand. Okay, so instead of using one by one person, what we use to create is we can create a work center for that group and we can utilize that. Okay. So it has again the set of machine and labor time, and this is my operation called hand mold preparation. There is no machine involved. These people, this group of people only, they are only responsible for this hand mold preparation. Now if you look into the activity hours here, see the activity hours. For setup there is no time, for machine also no time, because they are not using any machine. They are only laborers and doing some labor handwork. So for labor it is 10 hours. I've given it as a 10-hour of time for this mold preparation. Okay, now let us go and check out our finished good. So this is my finished good, and for finished good, what we will do is basically once our mold and liquid metal both are ready, what we will do is the first operation is a pouring. You see, first operation is pouring, and it doesn't require any machine or any work center. It's a simple operation where mold will be kept and the liquid metal will be poured into the mold. So it's a simple operation, and it doesn't require any sort of work center. Once it is poured, once this pouring is completed, on the next step we're going to do cooling. Okay, so we'll leave the mold as it is once it is poured, and we'll leave it for around 36 to 48 hours. Once it is cooled, then on the late, after that, what we'll do is we'll do laser cutting. In this laser cutting, basically what we'll do is we'll remove the mold, and we'll cut that cocoa bogie, that product. We'll cut that wherever the cutting is necessary. We'll do some cutting, and after that we'll do the painting, and once this painting is done we will sell it to the customer. So these two operation, laser cutting and painting, this requires some work center. So for laser cutting I'm using CNC 100 mm, and this is my timing. Here you can see, so setup is 1 hour laser cutting, and machine is 3 hours, labor is 3 hours. Since machine will run for 3 hours, I'm assuming that my labor will also run for 3 hours. Okay, if I double click on this also, again it will show me. And at the same time I'm going to use 2 liters of fuel. Okay, 2 liters of fuel means some fuel I'm going to use for 2 liters. It will consume 5 kilowatt of electricity, this operation. Similarly, if I go with the next operation, that is the pouring, not pouring, polishing. So polishing basically, again, it is a group of people who will do it. So they might need some setup time. Okay, depending on the business. Here I'm taking it as they will use 1 hour of setup time and half an hour of machine time and labor time. Not machine and labor. It means basically they are going to do some painting and all using some spray or something, whatever it is, and then they will get it done within half an hour. Okay, clear? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now before I move ahead for the calculation, let me make these things pretty clear for you. I'll explain. I'll take an Excel sheet here so that we can look into the calculation. It happens. Okay. First of all, we'll look into the material prices before I jump ahead into the system and show you the quantity calculation and this pricing calculation, how it happens. So this is my finished good, and this finished good is produced from these two products. Okay. First I'm going to take the material cost, how system is calculating the material cost, and then we will look into it first. So this 8004 is produced from, and here it is your 8005. Okay, 8004, this is produced from 7007, 8 and 9. Okay. Now, what is the material price for this product? First of all, we'll see. Similarly, here it is 7006, 7004, and 5. All right. So now let us go and see the material price first for these two products, and then we will check the activity cost also at the same time. Okay. Let me keep it here, and from the material price point of view, let us go into the system first. We will open MM03 and let's see the price of one by one. So we'll just go to the accounting one view where I have maintained the prices, and then from there only we'll see. So you see it here. The 7005 is a coal, and the price here I have maintained is a $2 US. You can see $2 US. Okay, 700. This is 7005. I mean 7005. So the 7005, the price is 2 USD. Similarly, it has, every material has a price here. Okay, we will check for the other materials here. This is essentially important, okay, to check. And this is $1 US. You can see that. Also, you can see that this is $1 US. So I'm gonna take it as 1 USD here. And similarly, if I go and check the 7006, so this is $3 US. You can see. Okay, I'm gonna copy this, and then this is the USD. We can put. So this is your material cost. I mean, whatever the material will require for this cocoa bogey mold and all, so that is the cost of that product. Similarly, we will go and check the liquid metal store material cost. So it is 0.50 USD. Okay. Now we will go for this 8 on 8. This is again 0.50 USD. Sand is again 0.50 USD, means US dollar. And if we check for the other component, it should be some dollar, right? Some price. So this is again 0.50 USD. Same, I'm taking 7, okay, but you can use your own calculation, and the way you want, you can change the price also. It's up to you. How do you want to do? This is your basically quantity calculation, okay, for this 8004 and 8005. Now this 8004, you need some operation also, right? Right or wrong? So you need some operation for 8004 also, and you need some operation for 8005. Now we'll check the operation cost. This is your material cost. We are done. Let me highlight it in a different color. Suppose we will make it. This is your material cost now, and we'll capture the operation cost here. Okay. So for 8004, first of all, what are the parameters? We'll go to CA03, and we'll see the routing first for this 8004. In 8004, what is your operation? Hand mold preparation, right? So for hand mold preparation, you see setup is 0, machine is 0, and only labor is going with 10 hours. Okay, so let me write it down. Hand mold preparation. So for hand mold preparation, what do you need? Setup, machine, labor. Okay, so setup is 0, machine is 0, and labor is 10 hours, right?
Yes.
Similarly, and this is done in which work center? This is GR01. This is my GR01 work center where we are doing this operation. I can highlight it in a something color. Okay. Similarly, if we go for the other material, where we are doing that liquid metal, so that also has a routing, and let us go and check the standard activity parameter. So here we are doing this melting, right? So I'm gonna put it as melting. This is your work center melting, and now here what you're doing, see your cost capturing parameters are coal and labor only. So we'll write it out down here. Hold on for a second. Let me use this. We're doing it in this way, and here we will capture the cost capturing parameter is coal and labor. So for coal, see what is the quantity here. Coal is 400 kg, right? And your labor is 3 hour. See here, you can see that now labor is equal to 3 hour and coal is 400 kg. Getting my point here, and we are doing that in furnace. Okay. Now we'll look into the rates. Okay, we'll do a quantity calculation here to produce one product. What should be your planned cost? We will see that if we are going to produce one product. Okay. Now this labor rate, what is the rate we have maintained? Okay, how do we do that quantity calculation? First of all, for this GR01 work center, I have set up machine labor. Setup and machine is 00 and labor is only 10 hours. That means I am going to consider this 10 hours only for that calculation. Now, what is the rate of 1 hour? Where we have maintained? We have maintained that in KP26. Let me go and see that first of all. What rate we have maintained? If you remember in the past session, we had maintained our rates in here, KP26. So I'm going to maintain this from period to period version and then fiscal year. This is my cost center where we are capturing the cost. Okay, 171011301 and activity type. Let me take it as I think it was no, it was 11 or something. Yeah, this one, huh? This one is my this thing. And the activity, this cost center, as you know, this the same cost center which is maintained in the work center, right? If I show you in the system, so this is my GR01. If I double click on this and go to the costing here, you can see this is my cost center, and for labor this is my activity type 11. And the same thing I'm gonna put in KP26 and then see what rate it is maintained here. Okay, I have already maintained the rate. So here you see it is maintained as $5 in the fixed price for 1 hour of planned activity. If you do 1 hour, it is $5, right? So let me write it down here. So what is the rate here? 5 USD per hour, right?
Yes.
Similarly, let us check here melting in this one also. Okay, so this will be helpful for us. Similarly, here also labor is there for this operation, and here also it is. I have maintained it as the same price, only 5 USD per hour only. This is the same work center. I will go to the routing again and show it to you. Sorry. Okay, so I'm using this furnace here, and if I go to the furnace here, what activity type I have mapped, you see, and what cost center? Same cost center, and for labor, same activity type. That means here also it is 5 USD per hour, right? Here also it is 5 USD per hour. And for coal, what is the activity type you see here in the work center? This Z coal. So we'll go to KP26 again, and we'll see what rate it is maintained for the Z coal. Okay, go back here. We'll maintain this Z coal, and we'll see what price it is maintained. So you can see for 1 kg of coal it is $2. Okay, So we're going to maintain that, write it down here similarly, 2 USD per kg. Now can you guys tell me what should be the planned cost for one product? Okay, can you guys tell me? So for what would be the cost of this product? So this is the bogey, basically this is bogey mold, this is the liquid metal. So it is basically the material cost plus operation cost. That means this three cost for one product. This is possibly three costs, right? Now we'll go to CK11 and then see how system is doing the quantity calculation, and side by side we'll open the BOM and routing so that we can see. Okay, so here already the routing is open. Let us go with this 80051 because the routing is open already here, and we'll go to CK11N. As I already told, CK11N is the transaction code where we do the cost estimation, and the moment you come to CK11N, you have to give the material for which you have to do the cost. I mean, where you want to do the quantity calculation or cost estimation, plan cost calculation. Then give the plan, and in the costing variant, you go and you can pick some costing variant here, or you can consult with your finance consultant in your project who can help you to select the costing variant. But on a typical basis, we pick this costing variant as PPC1 here. You can give a costing lot size, I mean for how much quantity you want to do the costing lot size. So for an example, I'm going to do it for one quantity here, and then hit enter. The moment you hit enter, it is going to take you to the next screen where you can enter the dates. You can click on the default value here, or you can put the dates here. So what does this date means? Basically costing date from which you are doing the costing. Okay, and from which date you are taking the quantities, structure date and valuation date. So this date you have to enter it here and go to the quantity structure, and here you select the production version. Okay, so in my case I have only one production version. I don't have multiple production version. I can select any one of the production version. When you have one production version, remember that even though you don't select it also, system will work out. But when you have multiple production version, you have to maintain the production version here. Okay, by default always system takes the first production version. So that's the reason I say when you have multiple production version, come here and then maintain the production version. Hit enter. The moment you hit enter, it is going to take some time, and you can see it is the same being costed. And in the next screen it should look something like this. Okay, in the next screen it is looking something like this, and you can see the BOM component. First of all, this is liquid metal. It is being produced both coke, limestone and coal. Okay, these are the three different bill of material where it is required. And if you look into the itemization here, itemization means cost of different elements which is involved during the manufacturing. So this is what is our thing. Okay, we'll understand the entire screen here, but before that, first you understand these are the BOM component in the left side corner you can see. And then this is basically the itemization, means the price of different products. Okay, so how do we come to know how the quantity system is doing the quantity calculation? So if you go and look into the BOM first, let us keep the routing here and open one more window. What is my so here you can see, to produce 1 ton of this liquid metal, you need 350 kg of coke, 700 kg of limestone and 100 kg of coal, dry 0.08. Okay, same information you can see in your cost estimation screen. So here you can see what is the quantity: 350 kg, 700 kg and 100 kg. For 0006 this is 350 kg, and 00004 is 700 kg, and 00005 is 100 kg. So this is the BOM information system is capturing. Okay, which you can see in the total value. It's not a fixed value because it is coming from the material master. Okay, and for the routing, from the routing point of view, to go and check the routing here, see we have maintained it as for 1 ton we need 400 kg of coal and 300 kg, 3 hours of labor. So the same information you can see it here. It is saying for coal it is taking 400 kg, and for one is basically the activity. This is one is your work center, and this one is basically the activity. You can see that here as well. Your user activity is saying 1. Whatever you have maintained in your work center, the same will reflect here. So you can see it as a 3 hour. Okay. Now here is the quantity calculation is happening. Okay. Let us go into our Excel and then see. Okay. First of all, what is the rate of 7006? We have written it down here. See, it is $3. 70006 $3. Now, what is the kg here? 350 kg. Okay. 350 kg into 3. We'll do that. Okay. So plus 350 into 3, exactly 1050. So this is for this material, it should take $1050. Similarly, this is $1 70004. This one, okay, it is 700 kg. That means if it is $1, it will be 700 USD. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, per kg it is $1, but to produce this product we need 100 kg. That means $700 for this material. Similarly, for 7005, this product, okay, it is 100 kg, and what is our rate? $2. We have taken it from the material master.
200.
So it became 200. Okay, and the same information you can see that in the material master. I mean, in the cost estimation, you can see 1050, 700, and 200. Understanding how this system is doing quantity evaluation from material point of view.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now if you look into the activity prices here, we'll look into the activity prices. Okay, so our value is 400 kg of coal and 3 hours of labor. Now let us go into the system and see what is the rate of here. Okay, so for coal we have taken 400 and 300. For 1 kg it is $2. So 400 means it is 800. 800, right? And for 1 hour of labor it is $5. If it is 3 hours, it became $15 US, right? Now let us go into the system and then see it here. One second, guys. I think it's this. Give me a second. It is saying $30 US. Before that, I will go. Give me a second. I'll go to the. Let me see the rates again. 26. What rate I have maintained? Oh, not. My activity I have maintained it as 1 year. Give me a second. If I go to routing for labor, I have maintained 1 year, but 1 stands for machine actually. I maintained it wrongly. I think you can see this 1 stands for machine. Okay, so let me go to the routing and change it. Give me a second, please. Okay. This is maintenance 1 here. Because of that it is happening. No problem. We'll go to CA0, CR0 first. We'll go to the work center, and in the work center we'll change it first. This is my and the costing tab. Here it is maintained as 11, but there it is maintained as 1 now. Okay, then CA02. So this should be 11 here, which is equal to, yeah, 11 is basically our personal hour. Now let me save it, and we will start with cost estimation again. I will not save it because it is showing 1 here, but we change that to 11. Now we'll go back and rerun it again the same way. So we'll enter the costing variant, costing version. We'll go to the drop down menu. We'll put the first version here, costing version, and costing lot size here. Just press 1, hit enter. It is going to take you to the date again. Click on the default value, enter the dates, go to the quantity structure, give the production version, hit enter. The moment you hit enter, it is going to take you to the next screen, and you can see that automatically it is bringing 11 here now, not 1. It is 11, and it is showing $15. 3 hour is equal to $15. Why? Because 4 hour $5. So 800 plus 15, right? So that's what you can see it here. So it is became the fixed price became 800 plus 15, and then The material price of this 1050, 700, and so this is basically total price. If you look into the total price, operation cost, I mean, this fixed value is the operation cost. So for operation cost, it is 850 US dollar. And if you, calculate the total valuation of this product, so it became 2765, including the operation plus the material cost. 2765 USD for this liquid metal. Okay, you can simply save it. So now you can see this cost estimation is being saved. It says basically the cost estimation is being saved. Similarly, let us go for the other product and we'll look into that also. 8004 again. Okay. Keep on just pressing enter. And system is taking me to the next screen where I can see what is my material cost. You can see 789. These three bill of materials are used here. And if I go my Excel sheet, so per material it is $1 US for 1 kg. Okay, this is in kg basically, 0.5. So here it is 100 kg, not 100 kg, 200 kg in the bomb. We have maintained. If you go and check, you will find 200 kg in the bomb. So 200 kg into 0.5 is equal to 100 US dollar. Similarly, 600 kg into 0.5 it became 300 US dollar. 100 kg into 0.5 is equal to 50 US dollar. So this is your material cost. Now if you go and check the operations, so if you remember here, no setup, no machine, only labor. How much labor? It is 10 hour of labor with 5 US dollar. So it became total 50. 5 USD per hour. If it is 10 hour, it became 50 US dollar. The same thing you can see it here. It is showing 50 US dollar. Okay. So what is the total became? It became 500 USD. Okay. So let me write it down here. Okay. So for one product, this is 8005. Sorry, mode basically. Now this total price of this one product it became 500 USD. Okay, for one piece, 500 USD. And for this product, I think it is. Let me save it up. And then I forgot that 8051. I think it is 2765 or something. Sorry for that. Just I wanted to note this value. 2765. This is 2765. This is the liquid metal production cost. So I'll write it down here. 2765 USD. So for 1 ton of liquid metal, this much is your price. And for one piece of the mold, it's gonna take you 500 USD. Okay. Now we will go and do the cost estimation of this product also. This product. Okay. So for this product, we'll go to the routing again and we'll see so that it will not make any confusion. Go to the routing and let's see the routing here. You can see that we have multiple operations here, even though we have multiple operations. So for laser cutting, what is we are taking? Setup is equal to 1 hour, machine is equal to 3 hour, labor is equal to 3 hour, fuel is equal to 2 hour, electricity is equal to 5 hours. So this thing I'm gonna note it down here. Okay, somewhere here I'm gonna note it down. Machine, labor, and fuel and electricity. Okay, so what is the setup here? You see 1 hour of setup, 3 hour of machine, 3 hour of labor. What is the fuel? Fuel is equal to 2 liter, and then electricity. What is electricity? 5 kilowatt hour. Okay, 5 kilowatt hour. This is for which operation? This is for CNC machine. This operations are for the CNC. Similarly, there is one more operation also available. What is that operation? Operation 40. Group of person are doing the painting. So for this operation, it is 1 hour of setup. Setup is equal to 1 hour. Machine is equal to 0.5 hour. Labor is equal to 0.5 hour. And this is for your GR01. Okay, now let us go and check the rates of this activity, because from the component point of view we know the rates, right? 500 USD for this 8004 and 2765 USD for this 8005, right? Now we will look
Yes, sir.
into this operation cost of this final product. So setup is 1 hour. Again, we will go and check our rate. I think this is the setup. So let us see the rates here. For 1 hour, it is $2 US. Okay, so I'll write it down here. 2 USD per hour. Similarly, this is same as for the both the machines. 2 USD per hour. For machine now, this is machine. For machine, it is 10 USD per hour. And here also it is 10 USD per hour. Okay. Similarly for labor, now we will see. For labor, it is 5 USD per hour. And here also it is 5 USD per hour. Now the remaining is fuel and coal. Let us go and check the fuel and coal immediately. So fuel, it is 3 USD per liter. Okay, so 3 USD per liter. And for electricity, again we will check. It is 10 USD per kilowatt hour. 10 USD per kilowatt hour. Okay, now we will see the quantity calculation. Okay, so for one product, what would be our cost? You see here, if we go and do the quantity calculation of this product, let us go and do the cost estimation and we'll see. Okay, we'll put our finished product here, hit enter. The costing automatically, see, you can see it is automatically taking this, taking it this lot size is equal to 1, date it is taking, and the quantity structure we will maintain the production version here. If it is one production version, if you don't maintain also, this will take, as I have already said this. Now this is being costed, and here you can see to produce this product cocoa bogey, you need this two product and cocoa bogey mold, and then this liquid metal. Again, this mold, cocoa bogey mold has this component. You can see that component here, and you can see it became it says it is saying 500 USD here, one cocoa bogey mold, but here it says 5530 USD. Can you guys tell me why it is saying 5530 USD? We have checked, it is 2765 USD, but why it is saying 5560 USD? The first one, it is saying 500 USD. Once the product is 500 USD, but here it is saying 5560 USD. Why? Because that 2765 USD, this 2765 USD is for 1 ton. For 1 ton you need this much, but in the BOM we had taken it as 2 ton. If you look, understanding my point, it is 2 ton. So
Yes, sir.
2765 into 2. If you do that, you'll see how much you'll get. Exactly the same, 5530 USD, right? So
Yes, sir.
you can see 5530 USD and $500 here. Similarly, that same thing you can see it here in total. Okay, this is 500 USD and this is 5530 USD. Okay, and if you look into fixed, means operation cost. The operation cost for this 8004 is $50 US, and the operation cost of this 8005 is 1630 US. Means it is breaking up the operation cost also, if you, in case you want to see it in a different way. Okay, but the total valuation is 500 and 5530. This total valuation is include of this fixed valuation. Okay, remember that. Now if you look into this operation cost here, for the CNC machine. Okay, in the CNC machine we are doing the cutting. First of all, in the cutting, what is our activity? First of all, you see here, setup, machine, labor, fuel, and these are my costing parameter. So it is 1 hour of setup at $2. Okay, $2 per rate, 1 hour. It means 2 USD only. You can see that 1 hour is equal to 2 USD because it is maintained as 2 USD. Now, if we look into this machine, okay, $3 sorry, $10 per hour. Total it is taking $3. So it became $30 now, and that's what you can see. It became $30 because 3 hour, $10 per hour. 3 hour is equal to $30. Similarly, for the next one, that is the labor. Labor charge is 5 USD per hour, and it is we have maintained it as 3 hour. It means $15. So total it became $15. Okay. Next, that is the fuel. Fuel we have taken this 2 liter of fuel, 3 USD per liter, means it became 6. 3 into 2 is equal to 6, and that's what system is showing here. It is $6. Similarly, if you look into the electricity consumption, so we have maintained $10 per unit. I mean per kilowatt hour, it is $10. When it is 5, it becomes $50. Guys, I can see some noise. Can you guys goes on mute or listen until you can speak? Okay, feel free to unmute yourself when you want to speak to me. Thank you. So this is about the CMC 100. Similarly, for the group of people, the people who are working. So this is my group of people here. What is the activity we have maintained? 1 hour of setup maintained, 0.5 hour of machine, and 0.5 hour of labor we have maintained in the routing. So 1 hour of labor at 2 USD means it became $2. You can see that. Similarly, 0.5 hour of labor, it became 5 because it is $10 we have maintained. It became 5. Similarly, it is 5 USD for labor, so it became 2.5, and that's what you can see here, $2.5. Okay, now if you calculate this in total, 500 plus 5530 costs 230, 15, 6, 50, 2, 5, 25. It should be total 6142.50. This is your total valuation against the product. So this is your planned cost of this product. Any questions, team? Anything you wanted to ask?
No, sir.
Is it clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I mean, if you break that in total, this 612450 now. So this is your total cost. You can see that cost of good manufactured here in the top corner. Cost of good manufactured is 6142, and for this 6142 again, your fixed cost is 1792.50. What is this fixed cost? Operation cost. Operation cost is this much, and variable cost is basically your material cost. Your material cost is this much total. Okay, if you add this 4350 plus 1792.50, it should be equal to 6142.50. Okay. And then
Yes, sir.
you can see a couple of other components also. You can see cost of goods sold, sales and administrative costs, inventory, commercial, and tax pay. So you understand that. First of all, cost of good manufactured is 6142.50, and there is no sales and administrative cost. In some of the company, they have some sales and administrative cost of $5 per product, something like that. So if this sales and administration cost is there, that will be added to cost of goods sold. In our case, there is no sales cost. Because of that, whatever is our manufacturing cost, the same is our selling cost. Okay, if suppose here somebody will add 100 rupees, I mean $100, it should be became 6242.50. Okay, so this cost of goods sold is equal to cost of good manufacture plus sales and administrative cost. This sales and administrative cost, it comes from sales side. Okay, it is not from the manufacturing side, it comes from the sales side. For this product, I have not maintained any cost, because of that it is showing 0. Similarly, whatever is my manufacturing cost, when I'm going to keep it in the stock, okay, inventory, same cost it is bearing. Sometimes some of the product they will manufacture in 5 rupees, but their storage cost, when they will store the product, they need to maintain some cost for that also. So in pharmaceutical industry, if they are producing this vaccination and all. So suppose vaccination cost is 10 US dollar, storing cost is 2 US dollar. Why? Because they have to turn on the refrigerator. Vaccination cannot be kept outside as it is. You have to maintain the temperature. So to maintain the temperature, you need to turn on the refrigerator or AC or something, right? So that AC run or refrigerator run, that will cost some time. I mean, that will cost something to you. Again, that time what it means? It means to stock the product also in the inventory, you need to invest some amount in that. In that case, that will be captured here. Inventory commercial and inventory tax based. So that is basically an example I'm giving. But in this case, there is no additional cost. This is a COCO bogie. It doesn't need any special treatment or any special thing. So simply you can keep it in the stock. Okay, no arrangement required. You can simply throw it in the storage location or your warehouse, wherever. So everything became same rate. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you do a cost estimation, basically remember that everything should come in green. If everything is coming in green, that means everything is okay. If there is some error, it will throw a red or yellow. This traffic light will be changed. Okay. Let me save it now. This cost estimation is done. Any questions? Any doubt? You guys understood how we have done this quantity calculation and all? I have tried to demonstrate
Yes,
this in a very, very, very neat and clean way. Okay, next time you guys can create your own product, some bill of material, some routing you can create. And we have already seen how to create work center, activity types, how to maintain the rate and all. Then you guys do a cost estimation, and if you come across any issue, you guys can let me know. Okay, now further this moving ahead with this cost estimation, it is divided into two types. One thing is getting the planned cost estimation. So we got the cost estimation like the planned cost. During production, it should charge us this much price. Okay, so typically it should charge this much. This is the planned cost. Suppose during production, instead of this 10 hour of 10 hour of labor, it cost you 11 hour. That means your actual cost will be more. This is your planned cost. But during production activity, if this value will be changed, that time your actual cost will be more. If your actual cost will be more, then there will be a variance. Means there is a difference between planned cost and actual cost, and the difference is called as variance. So based on the figure, if it is positive and negative, on that basis, we figure out whether we are making a profit or loss. Okay. Now this cost estimation, as I said, it is divided into two types. One is basically getting the planned cost price. The second one is updating it into the material master. To update the value, this value into the material master, there is a transaction code as CK24. Okay, so we update that in the material master. So again, this activity will be done by your financial expert. You don't have to worry about that. But still, just remember this thing. Okay. Now, when you come to this transaction code, first of all, you can see posting period, company code, plant and material. In my case, my company code is 1710. Okay, you can remember that this company code is 1710. Plant is also 1710, and material is 300000, something like that. Right? This is my material. Then go to this marking allowance. In the marking allowance, first of all, for your company code, you can see every valuation area or every company code it is showing red. That means nothing is activated. We need to activate our respective company code, and you need to give the details which you have captured during your cost estimation. So in the cost estimation, what we have selected is, if I go to CK11 and again, you can see this costing variant, what I had selected PPC1, right? Whatever the costing variant and this version you had taken. Okay, you might have taken, or you might have created 5 or 10 versions also with different BOM, different routing, different production version. Okay, so I was having only one production version, so I created one version. Similarly, if you have multiple versions, you can create multiple costing version also, and that's what this figure you have to give it here in the organization measure. Okay, so click on your company code and give the costing variant, which costing variant you had selected. So in my case, I had selected PPC1. Okay, and then save it. The moment you save it, you can see it goes green. That means in this company code, we are ready to update the price. Unless and until it goes Green, it is not allowed it to update the price. Okay, now go back here, click on this other price here. The moment you click on this other price, you will see a couple of options here. Now in this option again, you have to enter the costing variant, costing date, and costing version. So me again, costing variant is PPC1. So this is the same details which we see here, this costing variant here. Then costing date. What is your costing date? Go to the date here, click on this default value. This is your costing date, 1/3/2022. So that one we have to copy it here. Right? The same date whatever you were maintained here, you have to maintain it here again. Now costing version. What is the costing version? If you go to the costing data here, you see we have taken it as 1. So that costing version 1 we have to maintain it here. Okay. Now after that, tell to the system which price you want to update. Okay, so this, whether you want to update the plan price 1, 2, 3, which price you want to update. Okay, so what you can do is, first of all from which place these prices are coming, you need to know that. So these are coming from the material master. If you go to the material master here, go to the accounting, costing views, you will see we have this thing. Okay, go to the accounting two view, you see there is this tax prices there, commercial prices there. And if you go to the costing one and costing two view, you can see this planned price figure is there also here, planned price. So which everything is shown 0 here. You can see everything is 0 here, 0 0 0 right? The way you want, you can update that price also. Okay, suppose you want to update the tax price, you can click here, you are updating, you want to update the commercial price, means sales price, you can update it here. It's up to you which price you want to update. So for an example, I want to update the plan price, and validity date is today's date, like on which date you had done the cost estimation run. I can go and pick it up from my CK11N screen. Give me a second now. CK11N. So which date I had selected here, you see 1.3.2022. The same thing I can maintain it up here. Okay, and which cost component you have to pick. Now if you go to the cost estimation, okay, let me show that to you again. So I have different components. You see, this is one component, this is one component, with sales and administrative cost, inventory, commercial, inventory tax. Out of these values, which cost you want to pick, that you have to tell here. So here, let me go to the drop down menu, and you can see these are the same components which you see there. Here, whatever the component, you can see 5 components, the same 5 component here. You want to update the cost of manufactured, cost of goods sold, or sales and administrative cost, you can pick it up here. So for an example, I want to update the cost of goods manufactured. There are 3 plan price. Okay, at the time you can update 3 price. Say for an example, here in the one you have to go with this, and you want to update this 2 also. So in the cost component view here, you can go this sales and administrative cost, and you can take it as sales and the second one is cost of goods sold, and the third one is sales and administrative cost. That also, the way you want, you can update it. It means whatever the price you see it here, cost of goods sold, that will be updated to plan price 2, and whatever the price you see it here in sales and administrative cost, that price will be updated to plan price 3 in the material master. Okay, so let me go ahead. In my case, 2 value will be updated with this value, and there will be 1 0. Sales and administrative cost will be 0. Okay, so we will see that. Now check all of them, and in case you want, you can give a test run here. Test run means to check whether there is error or not, on a simulation mode basically. Let me go with the test run first, and then we will run it in the actual mode. If you execute it, system will show you. It is showing now. Everything is in green, you can see, and it is also saying cost estimation for this material. The plant is logged by user based, means I have already logged the transaction. Okay, I will have to come out of this transaction now, and then this transaction was logged. Okay, this material was logged basically. Because of that error came, this red icon came. Let me go back and do it again now with the test mode only. Okay, I'll go back and do it now again with the test mode only. Again, the test mode is activated. I will execute this. So you see everything is now green now, and it says one material, one cost estimation were updated successful. This is in the test mode. It's not updated yet. Okay, it is in the test mode. If you click on the back, it is showing which material and what plan price, what is the sales, what price got updated in plan price 3, what price got updated in plan price 2, everything it is showing. Okay, in a list here it is showing. And also it is showing there's a test run. Now let me go back and remove that test run field. Let me remove this test run field and let me execute it now. Now it says cost estimate were updated successfully. Let me go back. It is showing the material which got updated in the, and it's also showing what price got updated. In planned price 1 this got updated, in planned price 2 this got updated, in planned price 3 it is 0 3. Why? Because it was sales and administrative cost. Sales and administrative cost was 0 for us. So that's why manufacturing cost plus sales and administrative cost is equal to cost of goods sold, which is planned price 2. Okay. Now if we go to the material master, we should be able to see this. Again, we will open this material master /N103 and you will see those values will get updated. Go to costing to view and you can see that is updated. What are the, and the dates also you can see it here. Guys, you got the point how the system is doing the quantity calculation and how it is getting updated to the material master.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, similarly, let me do that for the other two materials, so like the semi-finished good and the finished good. I mean the semi-finished good also. I can go and here let me remove this again because this is already done. So go to this multiple screen. Here in the multiple value, you can enter whatever the value you want to update. 8004 and this is 8005. I wanted to update the price for this product also. Okay. Let me execute it. It says two material got updated. If you go press back button, you can see for these two products, one is 500, one is 2765. This is also, you will see it is updated in my material master. Okay.
Material master.
Costing too. So you can see this got 500 updated. Sales and administrative cost is equal to 0. 500 plus 0 is equal to selling cost 500 and the date. Similarly, the other product cost in data 2. So here you can see 2765. Okay, so this is how we get the planned cost of a product. Okay, isn't it quite interesting?
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, then that's it for the day. You guys have any questions? I'm gonna share the notes to you. Okay, I have the notes. I will share the notes to both of you, and whatever the steps we have executed today, exactly the same steps, very in a very neat and clean way. It is mentioned in the notes. You guys can refer and get back to me anytime. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, enjoy the day for your practice. We'll catch up in the next session with a new topic. Okay. Right. Bye,
Yes.
guys. Happy Sunday to you.
Thank you.
Bye.